Here's the reason as to why I think Iceman really didn't connect with his fans fully. And I'm speaking from a global standpoint, because when we're looking at these numbers, we're looking at these numbers globally. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Relatable. All right, that's what Drake is, Mr. Relatable. A lot of people relate to his bars. You know, the bars aren't thought-provoking. It's more relatable to the consumer base. Rightfully so, right? That's cool. If you have a project that's filled with nothing but disses from top to bottom, how do the people relate to the project? Yo, right here in the small box, Drake's Iceman melts off the Billboard Hot 100. And let's not waste no more time. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibe. You tapped in with your favorite Canadian reaction channel and network. Make sure y'all hit that hype button, bro. Hit that hype button for me, please and thank you. Let's go ahead and check out what's going on. Shout out to the Ville. Let's go.
Drake's Iceman is melting off the charts right away. Janice STFU was a record that only stayed at #1 for 2 weeks, just for it to get dethroned by Ella Langley, as well as Ariana Grande with her new single, I Hate That I Made You Love Me. This song had been out for nearly 6 days and has already cleared Janice STFU from the #1 and #2 spot. This is something that people have been talking about with this record, as well as the record that he broke from Michael Jackson. Having more #1 singles as a male solo artist, that looks good on paper, but the longevity is always what's going to matter more. It doesn't matter if you break the record. Are people even going to listen to this song decades from now? And that's the important part about this whole entire conversation. It's never been about you beating the record. And yes, beating the record is something to be proud about. It's something that you should take pride in. However, the problem is when the music is going to last the moment. Is it going to last longer than this moment right here? And it didn't look like it was going to. Seeing that Ariana Grande could put a song out in just 6 days and already pass you up should already tell you that this song doesn't have as much meaning to it as you think like a Michael Jackson song would. If a Michael Jackson song went #1, people would automatically understand why it's at #1, and it's going to surpass that even longer. Having 1 billion streams on Spotify, despite Drake being able to have almost 100 million streams on Janice STFU, it looks like it's reaching a decline. You could see from the data right here that Iceman is being listened to less and less as the days go on. And this is the exact problem that I'm trying to point out. If this song was really a memorable experience, it's something that people actually enjoy and not just a catchy moment, then it would actually increase within time.
In other words, this ain't no Billie Jean. This ain't no Thriller. This ain't no Beat It. Okay? This ain't no Wanna Be Starting Something. This ain't no Human Nature. This ain't no Earth Song. This ain't no Remember the Time. This ain't no Blame It on the Boogie. This ain't no You Rock My World. This ain't no Bad. This ain't no PYT. This ain't none of that. This ain't no They Don't Really Care About Us.
You could even see with the Ariana Grande record, despite it being out for only 6 days, you could see that it reaches a spike the longer the song stays out to the public to enjoy. This is exactly what people have been trying to say. There's a difference when it comes to music, and it's not only just because you have an obsessive fan base that is trying to boost your streams just for that time momentarily. It really matters what you could do when you bring it to the table, and is this music going to stand the test of time? This is a prediction for next week. Granted, Drake is still looking top on the charts, but by this time coming June 13th, following the next week to come, he is not going to be where he's at currently. It's not going to look that way anymore. And this is the cold truth. Just because you beat Michael Jackson's record doesn't mean that you're better than Michael Jackson. It doesn't mean that your songs have more impact than Michael Jackson. And I'm only saying this as an example because that's what he uses for his cover art. That's what he wanted to beat. That's what he wanted to surpass. But despite all that, what really matters is you making music that is not only catchy, but is something that people could see themselves listening to somewhere down the line 10 to 15 years from now. But the music having an impact like that is what Drake's not worried about. We know what Drake's intentions are by the Michael Jackson glove. His intention has always been not only to beat Michael Jackson's record, but to drop a song that is going to have the same impact as Not Like Us. Remember, Spotify had tried to lie and say that Drake broke the record for the most streamed rap song. They had to come back and say that they had messed up on the numbers, and that title still belongs to Kendrick Lamar. Not only is that a record that Kendrick Lamar still has, but the other record that Drake is not going to be able to break is what Kendrick did with Not Like Us when it broke the record for being #1 for the most consecutive weeks. At 13 weeks. You know how hard it is for that to actually happen? The last time that ever happened in general was Old Town Road, and that came out in 2019. This was a global...
Here's the thing, though. It's going to be a lot harder to do it again since Billboard changed the rules. So if this does happen again with the rule change Billboard has inputted, and I'm not talking about like for Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying in general for any song. If there's any song out there that breaks the Not Like Us record for how many weeks it's been on, that's gonna say a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Sensation. And Drake couldn't beat the most streamed rap song in a day, and he couldn't beat the longevity that Not Like Us had, staying at #1 on the Billboard for weeks. And this is the type of longevity that I'm trying to echo out in this video. Some songs just have an impact that is just so strong that it can't leave the #1. Whether it's Not Like Us, Choosing Texas, we'll see how Ariana Grande does. From the looks of it, it looks like it's doing pretty well. But Drake has made numbers his whole entire personality. It's like when you listen to his music, you got to use a calculator. You don't even got to use headphones. You got to bust out the numbers. And that's not what it's about. It's really about how the song makes you feel and the impact that that song has for the crowd, for the public, and how they perceive it. And if your objective is to get on the charts and get the #1, that's fine. But if the other goal is to also sustain that spot, that's a whole different type of obstacle that I don't think anybody has control over. You never know what's going to go viral. You never know what song is going to stay in people's ear. Even when you're making the song, you're not even sure if that's going to last a decade. You won't be sure if it'll last 3 decades or 4 decades, or even after you're long gone. It's like when Kendrick had made Luther. Luther started off as a snippet from what people were saying in interviews, from what the producers were saying in interviews, just for them to extend it and make an actual song out of it, not knowing that it's going to be #1 and tie Not Like Us. There's just certain songs that break that barrier. There's just going to be a song that's going to be able to prove that it could stand the test of time. And the only reason why this always becomes a conversation is because this is what Drake cares about. This is what fan bases use, hip hop spaces use to see how well somebody's album is doing. And I'll tell you, and I always say it, the music is what matters. It doesn't matter how long something stays on the charts, but Drake has made this his whole entire identity. He ran back to Atlanta just so that way he could run off the charts. Iceman melted faster than people had thought. This is melting faster than the block of ice that he had in Toronto.
Damn, that's crazy.
He's melting faster than an igloo in a desert, and it's not going to stop from here. I'm sure that Drake is going to stay on the billboards. He probably might stay in the top 10 for a week or two. And by the time we know it, he's going to fall off the top 10 entirely. I don't think that Janice STFU is going to make a comeback, especially after Ariana Grande is going to drop some new music. If she got some more shit cooking up, I'm pretty sure it's going to take over the charts at that point. And Choosing Texas is still proving that it's a song.
Definitely anything is possible, but the thing is, summer is right around the corner, but at the same time, summer is right here. Because the way the weather is warm right now, especially in Canada, in Toronto, the weather is warm, okay? Knock on wood, because we don't want no rain, but the weather is warm. It's nice outside. The sky is blue. It's like the LA skies. When it's clear, it's blue and it looks beautiful. Everything, all the trees, the grass, everything is green. Everything looks nice. It's technically summer's here right now. So these songs should be moving, but who knows? But like I said, anything's possible.
It's probably going to be staying here for a while. And it's probably going to stay here even after Ellie Langley is done with her career. Let's just say this, right? If you only care about numbers in music and chart positioning, and you're figuring out how you could obtain those spots, you've already lost the plot. I think if the music is good, the positioning itself will find you. You don't have to worry about it. The song will do the work for you.
Fact.
The people will do the work for you because they love the song so much. So at the end of the day, it's best just to focus on the music. Just worry about what you're putting out. And you wouldn't have to worry about falling off the charts. But since that's all you give a damn about, and that's all your fans care about, I know this is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way, including Janice. But y'all tell me how you feel about this in the comment section. I appreciate everybody watching the video, rocking with the channel. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the video, hype the video, and all that. Y'all let me know how you feel about the charts, the top 100, the top 10. What have you been listening to? What do you like that is not on the charts? I agree that it doesn't matter what the charts say. It does truly matter what you listen to and what you could appreciate and what you hit for, what hits for you. That's what really matters. But when you make it your identity, that's when people are going to start to say, hey, this is something that I know you don't like. But again, when you care about the music, everything will speak for itself. The audience will care about the song because it hits them in a way that nobody could truly understand. It will make them feel a different type of appreciation because of the meaning that the song has for them. That's the type of...
You know what? Now with the Ville speaking, I think I figured out as to why Iceman is not really working. But I'll let the video finish out first.
Feeling that will make a song last forever. That's the type of feeling that Michael Jackson gave people. That's the type of feeling that Kendrick gives people. You can't just serve them stuff on a microwave plate and think that they're going to enjoy it for years to come. There has to be an actual care for the music from the artists and the fans. But they'll only appreciate something that connects to them in a way where they feel like this song is something that I'm always going to appreciate, that I'm always going to play back, even when everything falls off the charts. But y'all tell me how you feel about this and let me know about that. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Keep it a legend.
So here's the thing, though. This is interesting because based on what we're seeing right now, Iceman is not really working. It might be working here in Toronto with a lot of the fans of Drake here. And you know what? Rightfully so, because this is where you're from. Your home gonna take care of you. I did predict that after the beef, you should lean on your city. That's exactly what he did with the promo, everything. The video shoots is all over the city. That's cool. Here's the reason as to why I think Iceman really didn't connect with his fans fully, and I'm speaking from a global standpoint because when we're looking at these numbers, we're looking at these numbers globally. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Relatable. All right, that's what Drake is, Mr. Relatable. A lot of people relate to his bars. You know, the bars aren't thought-provoking. It's more relatable to the consumer base. Rightfully so, right? That's cool. If you have a project that's filled with nothing but disses from top to bottom, how do the people relate to the project knowing that you're the one that's supposed to be making the bars relate to the lives that they live? But you spent Iceman dissing all kinds of people on every track. The relatability disappears at that point, and because of that, it affects the numbers that they care oh so much about. Now, we do live in a society, we do live in an era right now where the numbers do not add up, because you might not sell your project at a high rate, but you can sell out concert seats. You might not have this many units sold, but you will have this amount of streams. But we live in an era right now where the numbers do not add up, and instead of the industry shifting and adjusting their system that they use, they're trying to force things to work, which is not working, and it's making everything even worse. Now, I'm not here to provide a solution. I'm just here to provide a perspective. The guy that relates to everybody around the world did not relate with them with this project. Now, of course, with Habiti and Made of Honor, a lot of people like some songs off of there, so maybe those records are the relatable ones. But with Iceman, the lead album, that's not good. That's your flagship album, and it's melting away. That's crazy. That is concerning. All I gotta say is the next project, you gotta go back to basics. You know, production wise, you gotta figure that out, because the production on Iceman is good. The thing is that the production on the next project gotta be better, because you're clearly not done. Let's get that out the way. And on top of that, it's like, even though you dropped 43 songs in total, you can't really take no breaks. Your fans are gonna expect more music from you. Iceman is not really working, but a lot of people are comfortable with what they're given. Of course, the crash out generation is gonna love the dissing, but it doesn't have longevity, right? The music doesn't have the longevity. For someone that said Kendrick Lamar only makes music for the moment, Drake, what kind of moment is this? That's all I gotta say. It's just that when we assess the situation and then we see what it really is, it's like, it kind of sucks because you missed the mark even though you hit it. You know what I'm saying? The numbers are there initially. The numbers are there in the first couple weeks, but as the weeks go by, they start to disappear, and that's a problem because you're supposed to have the longevity. So what's going on? That goes into what I'm talking about. Where is the relatability in the projects? Because if you spend the projects dissing people that did you wrong, how do your fans relate to that? Final thought. It's gonna take a lot of cleanup to really sharpen your character and to sharpen your music, because there's a lot of refining that needs to happen with the next project to let people truly know that you're back, because you're not back with this. With the numbers that you're putting out on 3 projects, you are not back with this. That's me personally. If you disagree, there's a comment section for a reason. We can chat there. Flex Mob, another quick video. This is probably gonna go out on a Saturday just to space out the content, but regardless, this is all good content. All right, so shout out to everybody tapping in. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibe. You tapped in with your favorite what? Canadian reaction channel and network. Make sure y'all hit that hype button. All right.